been a tough 2020, okay? You gotta take the victories you can get. Somebody came today and it was a bot. Oh. I hope they come again.
Ooh.
Plus, it's probably better we get into the story, because then I'm going to rant. Otherwise, I'm going to rant about Twitch and their shitty commercials and their shitty new ad features they're going to put on, or YouTube, how they're fucking people over with putting ads on everybody's stuff and not paying them. Yes. I was like, I'm going to do a fun stream for everybody. Old man bitchin' stream. Who don't like that? So how's Aria and Akela been?
They've been doing very, very well. We went and we saw some Viking-esque people, and they did my hair for me because I sung them a song with my guitar.
Awesome.
And I fought one of the drunkards that was in the local town that was like this complete slob and was just always causing trouble. I just kicked him in the butt, and then they saw that as a victory, and then they did my hair as that's why they put like 2 metal bits in my hair. Each one's a different sign of victory, but they said you can have 2, so I have 2.
If I would have known that ahead of time, I would have been like, you have to perform Aria's song for us. You don't
Yes.
you don't have to, but you probably should if we do others in the future. I'm sure people
I just don't want your channel to go away because of me.
It's not like you're going to be playing Elton John.
No,
I
but
do
like,
not believe Aria wrote Candle in the Wind. With that happy thought, are you ready for the adventure?
I'm ready.
It is a quiet Cut that out. We'll edit that out. I can read morning. I wrote this damn thing. I'm sober. That's the problem.
Sorry, I can't.
It is a quiet morning on an old dirt road. The sun is beginning its lazy climb into the sky. The smell of rain still hangs on the cool air. It rained for most of last night. A loud and violent thunderstorm had appeared out of nowhere. Its wild winds rattled and tore shutters off of their houses and shook trees like rag dolls. Like this. But as the night passed, so did the storm. Eventually dawn broke, revealing the peace after the storm. Drops of rain still hang on the grass and the meadows that line the road. Much of the dirt road is still wet, with small puddles and patches of thick mud dotting the path. As you, Aria, with your trusty wolf friend Akela, walk down the road, trying to avoid the larger mud puddles, you see a handcart up ahead. The cart is shaped kind of like a wardrobe, which is a dark color, the color of rosewood. The words Miracle Max, purveyor of potions extraordinaire, are painted on the cart side in bright red letters. The next thing's yellow. Painted below the words in bright yellow is the stylized holy symbol of the healing goddess Clara, with the image of a sanaberry in the center. And Aria would know that sanaberries are known for their healing properties.
Hey, Ari's gonna go over. Yeah, she's gonna go over to the car and no. First, she's gonna see if anyone's around. Is anyone around at all?
No, Aria kind of looks around the road, and nobody else is really on this part of the road except for the man. She looks back at the cart, and she sees that there's a large wooden wheels on both sides of it. So imagine kind of like a wardrobe like the Chronicles of Narnia, and it's got wheels on the side to move it. Two thick oak handles stick out of the sides of the cart to allow someone to pull it forward, but the cart is going nowhere fast. Its left wheel is stuck fast, deep in the mud. A lone man is struggling to lift the wheel out of the mud. His pants are blue with a red stripe running down the sides of each leg. He wears a white shirt. His sleeves are rolled up, and he wears a black vest over his shirt. His head is balding, and his face sports 2 large brown sideburns. Oh, I should have cut sideburns for those. And his body is slim like a reed. All right, I wouldn't have been able to pull it off. Never mind. He struggles impotently, trying to free his cart from the mud. Sweat pouring down his face, a face which looks sad and defeated. His whole body droops in melancholy. As you get closer to the cart, the man stops for a moment. He looks as though he's about to cry. He slowly takes a handkerchief out of his vest pocket to mop the sweat on his brow. Then he notices Aria the elf and Akela the wolf. Instantly his face lightens up, as does his entire body language. Why, hello, new friends! What a pleasant surprise! A pleasant surprise indeed! Fine to make your acquaintance! Please allow me to introduce myself. I am the one, the only Maximilian Ernest Basalt, salt of the earth, as my poor old mother used to say. Though you may know me as that purveyor of potions, that germinator of joy, and that healer of heartache. Miraculous, magnificent, magical Max! He looks down, specifically at Akela the Wolf. Canis lupus! A must, very, very must say, it is a magnificent specimen. Though, of course, I'm sure you know me by reputation. He bows slightly.
Let's just say you're not very common in my parts of the lands that I've already traveled to. But it's good to meet you. And I kind of look at Akela, and Akela is a very good judge of character. She can sense evil or bad. Could I have Akela do a check on this man with her perception?
No, no, not perception, because you're trying to get a read on what kind of a person he is. How about wisdom? Wisdom would make more sense for that.
Does Akela even have wisdom? That's what I need to check.
Rude. Somebody cover those wolf ears. Rude.
I would say perception, though. Perception, because it's like a thing that animals have.
Perception is to see.
Sense.
Wisdom is to have the intelligence or the wisdom to discern. Is this person
okay?
good
fair
or
enough.
bad?
Oh, I got a 1.
Akela's like at the man. The man reaches into his pocket and pulls out a sausage. Don't take that the wrong way. And tosses it to Akela. It lands on the ground, and Akela sniffs it, and then gulps it up. And then Akela's not quite so suspect of the guy anymore, but she's not relaxed either.
Okay, I take that as like a response that maybe it's not that bad. So I say, do you need some help? Maximus, is it Maximus?
Yes, Maximilian Ernest Basalt, the one and only.
Can I call you Max? Because it's a really long name.
Yes, of course. That's what friends call each other, and there's no friends like new friends. I, Max, made my way traveling from town to town, selling my potions for a modest fee. And yes, I could use help moving my cart. Like, it's not only my livelihood, it's my home. I don't live in the cart, but like I pull my tent out of there. I'm not small enough. You know what I'm saying.
Okay, so I step forwards, and then I try to work out the situation, and I go to the other side of the cart. Is there any area at the front of the cart that I could maybe use some rope or attach something to?
Yeah, you could. I mean, you could do it around the cabinet type part, or you could do it around the handles.
Maybe around the handles at the front. I kind of want to go to the front. I do have some rope on me. I think I do.
Yes, you do.
I would like to. Oh, shoot. Yes. Okay, cool. So I go up to Akela and I get Akela to stand in front of the cart, maybe sit for a moment. Akela is kind of reluctant to, but I'm just like, she's still eating the sausage. So she's okay. She's fine. So what I do is I wrap the rope around the 2 sides of the cart, and then I wrap it around Akela's body.
I get what you're saying.
Yes.
You're making kind of like a crude rope harness.
Yeah, but it might be, yeah.
You're making a harness. You're not going around the neck. You're going around like down here.
Yeah, I'm not going
You're not trying to choke the wolf.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to have Akela get ready. And then I'm going to go on the right side, because Max is on the left side, right?
He can go on either side.
Okay, so I'll go on the right side. He's on the left side. I whistle. And then Akela on that whistle stands a foot and then starts pulling along with me.
Make a strength check with advantage. So you got 2 d20s, or you can just roll it twice.
Okay, this is just for Aria, isn't it?
Yeah.
First one was 2. Second one was 12.
So, Akela starts straining at the ropes because she understands what Aria wants. And Aria's, you're pushing, right? You and Max are pushing on from the side.
Yeah, we're pushing, yeah.
As Max and Aria push and push, you struggle and strain, trying to push and pull the cart out of the mud. Suddenly, it lurches forward. For a moment, the cart speeds unexpectedly down the road with Akela pulling it. And Max is like, my cart! But then Akela stops. Akela doesn't run away with the cart, though that would have been humorous. And Max is able to grab it and bring it to a controlled stop. You hear a kind of muffled jostling of clinking glass bottles from within the cart. Max turns to you. Well, first of all, he turns to Akela and reaches out to try and pat Akela gently. What's Akela do?
Akela growls.
So you, that's all right. I like my personal space too. Oh, joyous of days, though. You have truly saved me, my new friends. And as I always say, one good deed deserves another. He joyfully walks to the back of the cart and opens it, revealing a plethora of glass jars and vials containing liquids of all colors of the rainbows. Max begins to push some aside as he looks towards the ones in the back. Oh, where is it? Where have you gone? Ah, there you are. Max pulls out 2 purple potions and holds them out for you. Healing potions, my friends, and these actually work. I mean, all my potions work, but these work more so. He pauses for a moment deep in thought. You know, I could use the help of some strong folks such as yourself.
Can I do...
First thing is, if you want to take those are 2 potions of cure moderate wounds.
Yeah, but there's a thing that he just said in that sentence. He says these ones actually work. So that might indicate he's a conman. I'd like to do a charisma roll on him, but with the charisma roll, I'd like to try to subtly ask him if he's a conman by trade or he's actually a truthful potion seller. So Max, have you been doing... This is hard. I want to ask him, but not kind of sound too rude. Oh no, actually, do you know what? I'll just go for it. Are you a conman by day or by night?
All right, so make your roll.
13.
Max is like, oh, that's a very unpleasant word, con man. I like to say I'm a purveyor of miracles, and sometimes people... We all like to sell things. Perhaps you'd like to hear my proposal.
What's your proposal?
In this cart behind me are potions specially crafted for every possible situation. They virtually sell themselves. Well, I mean, this may answer your question. They could always use a little help selling themselves, if you get what I mean. I think you're on my wavelength, wink wink. So this is my proposal, new friends. A money-making opportunity for us all. About a mile down the road is a small village called Comstock. Yours truly will proceed into town and set up his wares. Then I shall gather a crowd. That will be your cue to arrive. I shall ask for random volunteers to test these magnificent potions. You travelers that I won't know, wink wink again. I don't have something in my eye. You follow me, right? You follow me. Will volunteer. Then you will drink the potions and prove to all their amazing value. The simple-minded folk, the good salt of the earth, like me, people of the town, will soon lay their money down, after which you and I shall split the proceeds. What do you say? You in? I could give you a moment in which to pontificate about your potential profits, if you should like.
By potions, you said these potions can... Some of these potions are real, correct?
They're as real as people want them to be.
The ones you just gave me were real, though, weren't they?
Yes. At that moment, he's a little less diplomatic and charismatic. He's just like kind of straight. Not rudely straight, but just very straight. Yes, yes.
Is there a potion in your cart that will make my wolf bigger?
He kind of looks down. He's like, no, there's not. I'm sorry.
What other potions do you have in this cart of magical wonders?
Things to lift the spirits. Things to make people happy. Things to make people stronger.
Is that it?
Then he makes a little huddle up sign, like a little huddle up sign to you, and he makes it up to Akela.
Okay, we lean in. Akela's like ears go up and like slowly like trots
Are you
over.
asking for yourself or for who we're going to sell them to? If you want to help me sell them.
For myself.
I gave you the good ones.
Okay, good.
He steps back out of the huddle.
So how much is this money split?
Well, if we succeed, we'll do it 50-50. It depends on how well you do convincing people how good my potions are.
I kind of like think about it for a second. And then I ask, let's have some money up front. A deposit. Let's say insurance from you.
He stops and he thinks and he thinks. I think, if anything, I would need insurance from you, because if I give you money and go to town, you could just show up and leave with the money. Yeah, I think you maybe should be the one in my line of work. I think you almost got me there, friend.
I think if you don't give me a deposit now, I will out you as a fraud and take all of your potions and sell them myself.
No. That's not how we like to do business here. I mean, I was hoping we could get along. If I give you an upfront payment, then that comes out of what we make. Is that agreed? We split it 50-50. If I give you like 5 gold up front and we make 50, then you would get 20 because you're getting some paid up front.
I look around his cart a bit more. I see what he's wearing. Is he wearing any jewelry or anything around his neck? Or does he have any items that aren't potions?
The only thing he has on him is he has a silver pinky ring.
I'll take the silver pinky ring.
Is that collateral? You give it back to me after we've done the thing, though, right? And then we split the pay.
Yeah, we split the pay after.
He puts his hand out to shake your hand.
Shake it tight.
And then he takes off the ring and he places it gently in Aria's hand.
And then I take the ring. I put that straight on my pinky. And then I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
Max begins to pull his tall handcart down the wet road to get a head start on your arrival. As you follow at quite a distance, the morning sun begins to dry out the wet countryside. It is about noon by the time you approach the tiny village of Comstock. Its simple wooden houses surround a small village square. Maximilian stands already in the center of the village square by the time Aria arrives. He's parked his cart directly in front of a perturbed apple merchant. Hey, that's my spot! At the sound of the merchant's voice, Max stops and looks back at his cart. Or back behind his cart at the table full of apples. He slowly walks over to it, carefully picks an apple off the table, and takes out a big juicy bite. Nice apples. Now move along, son. I'm doing business here. Then Max walks back to the front of his cart and throws his doors wide open, revealing shelves full of vials and beakers and multicolored liquids. A group of about 40 villagers begins to assemble around the cart to see what all the commotion is about. You can hear Max above the murmurs of the group.
I think we should leave this town.
He's already set up in there.
There's a big fundamental problem here.
You think it's not going to go well?
They're all twins.
Oh, you're saying...
This is a cult. This is a cult. We need to go. They all look the same. We need to go. Something ain't right here.
I thought you were going to say they were all inbred. Can you control Aria and Akela in the top left of the map?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So wait, where was I? Oh yeah, Maximilian is talking to the crowd. Hi, Maximilian, earnest basalt, salt of the earth, as my dear old mother would say, friends, has traveled far and wide to bring you miracles of magic at a price you can afford. I have rode the steps of Ransaka with its mighty horse lords to learn the herbal magics. I have plunged the ancient sewers of Opidian, uncovering its dark secrets, which are a bit smelly, I must admit. At that, the crowd kind of titters in laughter. It's not great laughter, but the joke kind of lands. I've even communed with Azidi herself to learn the ways of the gods. I've done all this to harness their powerful magics in potion form. Max gestures to the many potions in the handcart behind him. Potions to strengthen the weak. He looks towards the scrawny man in the front of the crowd who seems to be listening intently. Liquid spells to enforce stamina and increase libido. Max winks at an old man who looks quite annoyed, though the old man's wife is nodding in approval. But, gentle friends, unlike the gods, I don't ask for your trust on faith alone, for I, Miracle Max, will prove beyond the shadow of a doubt that these potions are what I claim. I need a volunteer. Who would be so gracious, my friends, as to help me show the value of these life-improving concoctions?
I quickly overhear him from there. Hopefully I can and know that that's my cue.
Yeah, you hear all of that.
Okay, because I was quite far back, but so I come over to here. I kind of blend in with the crowd. Akela's kind of over here. There, that area. Do you know what? Actually, Akela is behind this rock.
Do I have any volunteers? And then he looks over towards Aria. You, young lady, young elven lady. You look
Me?
tough. Yes, could you help me with this? You look like an adventurous sort.
I mean, I suppose I could. And then I kind of like push between these people and come forwards.
So he turns to you a moment, then he turns to the crowd. We've never met before, have we, young lady?
No, we've never met before at all.
So,
I do not know you.
what is your... I'd say poison, but that's not the right word to use for potion. Which one would you like to try? A potion of charisma, perhaps? Or perhaps you'd like one of dexterity? Or maybe one of strength?
Charisma.
So he goes to the cart and he starts looking carefully through. And then he pulls out a small pink vial and he turns back towards the crowd and holds it high above his head. But what about love, my friends? I have right here in my hand a potion that will make women want you and men want to be with you. Or the opposite. Be the indelible, impressionable, unforgettable desire of one and all. Be careful, though. It may make you too attractive. He puts it in Aria's hands with a flourish.
I will take it from his hands, pop off the top, and then say, bottoms up. And then pop and drink it.
Max stands there for a second, then he starts looking around like he's confused. Then he turns to Aria. Excuse me, where did our helper go? Oh, wait, it's you! I almost didn't recognize you. He turns to the crowd. Can you believe it, people? Just moments ago, this person was a hideous wretch that made people consider celibacy grotesque, revolting, and downright hideous to perceive. I myself had to choke down my very own bile when glancing at her visage. Their appearance made babies weep. But now they're as beautiful as the gods themselves. Look at that beautiful face. He gestures towards Aria's face. That handsome, stunning, and gorgeous body. Who wouldn't want them as a partner? He turns to you and says, Please, gentle test subject, regale the crowd with your honey-covered words.
It worked.
make a charisma check.
16. Let me check if I have a bonus on that. Um, I don't have a bonus on that.
Of all the things I didn't expect, it worked. And the thing is, it worked. Someone in the crowd wolf whistles at Aria. A different man in the crowd lustily shouts out, If I wasn't married, I'd date him right now. The man's wife, who's standing right next to him, glares daggers at him, then pulls her fist back and hits the man in the back of his head hard. She shouts out loud, Donkey punch! And the man goes toppling forward, face first into the dirt. The crowd laughs, but the woman continues to give him a dirty look.
I just stare at the audience. I just stand there and I applaud. Well done.
Max begins...
Say,
Oh, go ahead.
can I get one of these for my really, really ugly cousin? Because damn, she's ugly.
He pulls another one out and places it in your hand. He's like, yes, that'd be 1 silver, please.
Oh,
Your
I don't have a
ring
silver.
your ring would suffice.
I was about to say that. I said, I don't have a silver, but will you take this ring in exchange?
With such a beauty gives me a ring, I cannot say no. He gladly takes it and slips it on his
But before
finger.
before he does it, I get down on one knee.
Oh dear.
Would you take
He's
this
like, yes,
ring?
and the crowd claps. And, like, they start to get more and more excited because they want to buy stuff. Not yet, friends. Not yet, friends. I wouldn't dare take your money until I've really proven it. Now, this is proven pretty much, but I need a... He kind of whispers, Where's the wolf? So the other people can't hear it.
Where's the wolf?
He's whispering like, come on.
Yeah, and that's what I say really loud. I say, where's the wolf?
Oh, you have a wolf? That would be excellent. In fact, I have a potion that would work on even a common animal.
I wouldn't really call a keel common.
Even better if it's an uncommon animal. Could you bring this wolf to us, please?
And I did the normal whistle I do. Not like normal call and stuff. Go.
Is it okay? Then does Akela come?
Yes, Akela then strolls over, or kind of like walks quite slow.
As she does,
You know,
a
like
few of the crowd like back up, not really far rude, but just they're not used to a wild wolf being in town, but they're very like, ooh, it's a wolf, it's a wolf. Max turns back towards the cart, and he takes a little bit. He's like deliberately taking time, acting like he's looking for something specific. You can tell, Aria can tell because she's standing right next to him. The people behind can't really tell. And then he picks a little light blue potion out, and he holds it up, and he's like, "Who's the smartest here among us? I would postulate it's our little friend here." And he opens up the potion and kind of holds it out to try and like he pours into his hand so that Akela can like lap it up.
Akela looks at me before doing so, and just for kind of a clarification, and then I kind of like nod to go ahead,
All right, so
and then Akela laps it up.
Akela laps it up and enjoys it because it's got some sugar in it, so it tastes good.
So then, like, Akela gets so engrossed in it, like, Akela licks it all up and then, like, starts going for the cart and then trying to get the potions there, like, knocking them around. And you just hear, like, her, like, scrambling behind him now.
And Max is like, "See, friends, already you can tell this common beast of the land is smarter. It knows the value here. But, Wolf, let's show how smart you are. Wolf, what is 1 plus 1? Have Akela make an intelligence check.
It's 11.
That's enough. Akela barks twice. Whether it was because Akela knew or dumb luck, the people in the crowd were like, "Oh, oh." And this guy in the back is like, "I don't know, that's not right." But everyone ignores dumb Bob in the back. And the people start clamoring. They all want the potions now. And so Max is like, all right. I would love to show you more, but since you're so eager to get them, come buy them. And the crowd, they come up and they start buying the potions from him. And he does very, very brisk business. As they push and shove, and he's like, patience. There's enough for all to go around. Form a nice orderly line.
Like, as this is being done, like, I would like to just stand over here and just go and indulge on those apples.
There is an apple merchant back here. He's angry because Max is in front of him.
And then, okay. Well, I'm just going to try to ask for some apples, or I'm just going to take an apple out.
Hey, like, miss, that's like 3 coppers if you want to buy an apple.
Hey, kid, go check out the potions.
It's that. Are you intimidating him? Are you trying to convince him?
Intimidation.
Okay, there should be a skill set for that.
I got a 3.
Are you eating one of his apples in front of him?
Yeah.
He grabs the apple back and he's like, "That's 3 coppers."
I shrug and then I just like take 3 coppers out and just pop them over.
He gives you the apple back. At the same time, though, you can see that the eager villagers have all formed a line to start buying stuff from Max. The crowd is loud and jubilant because they each want to get their hands on the potions. One of the villagers is like, "I'm going to love my wife all night long. Maybe I'll love all the wives. I'm going to get a strength potion and wrestle that stupid bear that keeps pooping in my turnip fields." After about half an hour or so, the crowd starts to thin out. Max closes up the cart and begins to pull it out of town. A short time later, you all meet out of view of the village. Instantly, he pulls out a pouch and begins to count coins. And as he does, you see a big smile on his face. "Friends, you are amazing. That's the best sale I've had since Novsk." He hands you 70 gold pieces. Well done.
Ooh. I still got the ring, yeah?
No, you gave him the ring back for...
No, I asked him.
No,
I'm asking him.
No, that was collateral. The 70 gold is what you earned. This ring isn't worth much anyway. I mean, if you want it, you can have it.
Thanks.
You did
Can
so
I have
good.
that?
He gives you the thing.
Put the ring back on. One man's junk is another woman's treasure.
Maximilian, as you take the ring, he gets really quiet. And quiet is not a word that seems to be associated with Max. His voice takes a more serious tone. I have a project that I've been sitting on a long time. I can't do it myself, but I've been waiting to find folk of immense talent, and I think If you're willing, you could be the ones. Maybe you'd be interested in hearing about it? There's treasure involved.
Sure. What is this? What is this project?
He gestures for you to come closer. Long ago, in an ancient time, in this very land there ruled a mighty people. They were pagans of the old ways, and they built a mighty temple to their god Kreltor. There they communed with their deity by worshipping their most hallowed relic, the golden hand of Kreltor. Millennia passed, and the people of their temple and their cult disappeared into the realm of obscure legend. He pauses for a moment as he looks around cautiously, making sure nobody's close enough to hear other than you, and continues. A few decades ago, the famed archaeologist Sir Elsdon of Eldersbury discovered an ancient manuscript. It took him 3 years to decipher, but once he did, he was ecstatic to realize that it showed the location of Kreltor's lost temple. He had one problem, though. It was located beneath the monastery of the Order of Light. Sir Elsdon knew the monks would never allow him to look for an unholy pagan temple on their sacred grounds. So, in secret, he assembled an expedition of 8 men. I got it right, 8. I've been taking my own intellect potions. Through a combination of bribes and subterfuge, they were able to sneak past the monastery's walls and find the entrance to Kreltor's lost temple. 8 men entered that temple, but only 1 returned, and it wasn't Sir Elsdon.
Oh.
Sir Elsdon of Eldersbury was never seen again. Now, dear friends, you may wonder how this relates to me. Well, a few months back, I met the only surviving member of that expedition. Over many a glass of wine, he told me the tale. He claimed that Sir Elsdon had forbade him from taking any treasure, and that he was broke. He offered to sell me the information on how to find the temple, and I bought it. I then wasted little time in making my way to the monastery, friends. I thought I could convince them to let me in to peruse my potions, but it turns out I was sorely wrong. With a dramatic flourish, Maximilian points over to the side of his handcart. It turns out that the holy symbol on my cart is the same one as their goddess Clara. They called me a heretic and an infidel and threw me out. Several other times I tried to sneak in, but I was discovered every time. Which, my excellent friends, brings us to the crux of the matter. I know where there's an ancient temple that most likely has treasures in it, but I cannot get to it. I'd be willing to tell you this information, so long as you promise to bring me the golden head of Kreltor. If you bring me that, you can keep everything else you find in the temple. I have treasure on the mind.
Clearly.
Who doesn't?
I look at Akela. We both look eye to eye with each other. If Akela had an eyebrow, it would go, and then we...
I like that.
Yes. I would say yes, basically, yes. I'm ready. Let's do this.
Maximilian stops for a moment. Most excellent! I knew you were the ones for the job. Fate has blessed me since when I met you. According to the expedition's lone survivor... Wait. Before you find the golden hand, we must shake on it. Do you promise to bring me the golden hand? If I tell you this information, you can keep everything else out. He holds his hand out.
Yes.
He shakes it most enthusiastically, then returns to what he was saying. According to the expedition's lone survivor, they never found the golden hand. The rest of the expedition had died before they ever reached its chamber. I just spat on my mustache slightly. Ignore that! Sir Elsdon had chronicled the secrets of the temple in his diary. The sole survivor stole the diary and ran off with it, hoping to someday return for the treasure. But he never did. As he tried to escape the monastery, the monks saw him. He fled into the church's scriptorium. There on a shelf, covered in books, he hid the diary. Within the church, the monks soon found him and assumed him to be a drunk after their beer and threw him out. The monastery, if you didn't know, is renowned for the wonderful beer they brew, guarded by merchant carts that regularly take it. They actually go there and they buy it and sell it other places. You know how merchant shit works. Quite intoxicating beer, I must say, though. Max smiled impishly. But I digress. You can identify the diary by its brown leather cover. It is embossed with the emblem of Sir Elsdon himself. It is an eagle in mid-flight, carrying the letters E and A in its talons. The survivor told me that the entrance to the temple is in the catacombs beneath the monastery's church. He also said that Actually, you in this case will most likely need the diary if you're going to breach its entrance. And that is all I know. I feel my spirits lifting immediately just telling you this. I can almost feel the golden hand of Kreltor in my hand already. Hands in hands. I have nothing but the utmost faith in your abilities. Soon we'll all be richer.
So after that, I kind of like wiped my face from all the spit.
Why did it spit on you? Why?
Yeah, because as he was talking, he was like, and then there was just like copious amounts of spit coming out as he was saying it.
All right, fine.
And then
That's cool.
I was just like, oh. So why do you want this hand so much?
He smiles at you. I want to exhibit it, take it from town to show to people. People will pay to see it. A traveling relic of the gods.
What's so great about the hand?
I don't know. It's gold.
Okay.
Do you want to do like a perception check, a wisdom check to see if you think he's telling the truth?
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay.
Because it's a very risky adventure for a golden hand with no meaning. Seems a little bit sus to me. We got ourselves an 18.
Aria thinks he's telling the truth, that he doesn't know that she believes he's telling the truth, that he wants the golden hand to exhibit it, and that's all he knows about it. That it's just some relic, and people are going to want to see this relic of the ancient world. So she doesn't think he's got any kind of evil ulterior motive, or, if that's what you're looking for.
Okay.
She honestly feels like he's just a snake oil salesman, and having something legit like that, he feels will make him money showing it around.
Sure. Right. I will take that adventure proposal, and I will go on that adventure.
He smiles at you with great joy on his face, and then he tells you how to find the Monastery of the Order of the Light.